Hi, I'm Tom Phillips, and welcome to Weekends Only. Let me first say how excited I am to have you on our team. At Weekends Only, we are guided by a strong mission and set of values that direct and shape the decisions we make about our customers and our team members. Safety is one of these values, and safety is a priority for us because we want to avoid accidents. Accidents have potentially devastating and long-lasting impacts to the injured one as well as their families. Accidents can also add cost to the business. This video provides you with the knowledge, skills, and guidelines necessary to perform your duties safely and prevent accidents. At Weekends Only, we believe that all accidents can be avoided by following these safety guidelines. I ask that you make safety one of your core values and that you make safety a priority while at work. I ask that if you observe an unsafe behavior or condition, that you immediately point it out, correct it yourself, or report it to the manager so that safety can be restored as soon as possible. You owe it to yourself, your teammates, and our guests to ensure the workplace is safe and free of dangers. The practices demonstrated in this video are also crucial to the fulfillment of our mission to save our customers money. You will learn the proper handling, storage, and transportation procedures of the products we sell. You may not know this, but damaged product is one of the costliest factors in our business, and thus affects all of us. The better we do in driving down the cost of damaged product, the better we do at keeping our prices as low as we can go. I ask that you keep our customer in mind too. Every time you touch a piece of furniture, you hold in your hands the outcome for one of our customers. Your goal is the safe handling and movement of that product so that our customer isn't disappointed when it's placed in the home. Any kind of damage reduces the value of that item for our customer. And this hurts our brand and our profitability. You see, it really does matter how you do your job. Your role is very important, and we want you to have the knowledge you need to do your job right, so our customers receive their products right the first time. Thank you for being on our Weekends Only team, and thank you for your commitment to making Weekends Only a fun and safe place to work.
Improper and proper lifting. One of the most common workplace injuries occurs from using improper lifting and lowering techniques and can happen to anyone. It doesn't matter if you are handling a 10-pound or a 70-pound item, failure to use the proper lifting techniques could result in a serious and lasting injury. Here we will discuss the do's and don'ts of proper lifting techniques. Let's begin by watching an example of what not to do. In this example, the associate starts by approaching the item with a shoulder width stance. Everything following is a prime example of what not to do. Notice that the associate bends at the waist with his legs straight and locked. This puts all the pressure on his lower back muscles to perform the lift. These muscles can be easily torn or pulled and is one of the most common workplace injuries. Next, observe his grip. As you can see, the associate has placed his hands in the middle of the box. When and if the load shifts, he will have little to no control and the item could fall. This falling item could injure the associate or those around him. Finally, as he carries the load, he has the item away from his body, putting great and unnecessary strain on his shoulders and back. Now, let's look at what proper lifting and lowering should look like. First, the associate spins the item to maneuver it into the correct position. He grasps opposite corners and tests the weight as he does so. Notice his back is straight and his knees are bent. This allows his legs, the strongest muscles in the body, to perform the lift with little to no back strain. Finally, he has the load supported against his body minimizing strain on his shoulders and back. As you can see, he does not drop the item, but slowly lowers it to the ground following the same lifting techniques. This greatly reduces the risk of injuries and damages to the product. Improper and proper two-man lift. Lifting and lowering will be an essential part of your job no matter what position you hold at Weekends Only. From smaller items such as accents, boxes of paper, and small end tables, to large items such as sofas, entertainment centers, and dressers, care must be taken with each and every lift. This is a demonstration of both the improper and proper lifting techniques. First, let's look at what not to do. Notice how each associate is bending at the waist while picking up the sofa. This puts great strain on their backs and could lead to a serious injury. You'll also see that they are lifting at different times. When this happens, the trailing side becomes much heavier and the weight is not distributed evenly. Finally, you'll notice they do not have a planned route as to where they are moving the sofa to. As you can see, this causes the load to become unstable since they are not traveling in the same direction. Now, let's look at an example of proper lifting techniques. Notice how both associates approach the sofa and squat with their legs slightly greater than shoulder width apart. They ensure they have a firm grasp and give a countdown to ensure they lift at the same time. An example of this would be 1, 2, 3, lift. Finally, they move together to place the item into its new location. It's important to reverse these steps when lowering the piece as well. Let's recap. Lift with your legs, not with your back. Communicate your lift with your partner so you are lifting at the same time. Know what path you will take and ensure that it is clear. And finally, know your limits. If it is too heavy, seek assistance or use a dolly cart. Proper floor picking. Weekends Only has a very large selection of furniture that our customers can shop. This large selection means our showroom floors are always filled with furniture, and our customers may purchase display items from time to time that will need to be taken off the floor so the customer can take them home. Caution and planning must be used to prevent not only injury to you and our customers, but to reduce the risk of damage to the item being moved and the other furniture surrounding it. Let's watch as two associates locate and remove a piece of a sectional from the floor. When a guest arrives for a pickup that is not in the warehouse, the system will notify you that an item is on the sales floor and must be picked and prepped for the customer. Associates will be given the item number and zone to help them locate the item. Your manager will highlight these zones during your warehouse tour. Once the associates locate the item, they will need to determine the best path to move the item. Begin by clearing your path and ensuring there are no tripping hazards. Using proper form and good communication, lift the item as a team and continue on the predetermined path. Notice how these two associates keep their back straight and lift with their legs. You should never attempt to lift large, bulky items without the aid of a second person or a lifting tool such as a cart or dolly. In this example, the employee made a mistake and placed the furniture dolly directly in the walk path. Extra caution will be needed to avoid this while maneuvering the item onto the dolly. The item is then placed on a furniture dolly or two-wheel dolly and taken to the pickup area where the wrapping and prepping process will be finished. Securing the trailer and removing the load bar. When opening a trailer or removing a load bar, it's important to remember that loads shift in transit and extra caution must be taken to prevent getting struck by an object. Before entering the trailer, it is important to ensure the wheels are chalked and the trailer is square to the dock. A wheel chalk is a device that helps to prevent the trailer from shifting or moving forward while you remove the products. If the trailer is square to the dock, no large gaps should be present. If large gaps are present, special care and caution should be used while removing the load bar and applying the dock plate. To engage the dock plate, Grasp the release chain and pull towards you. Stand clear and allow the plate to extend fully up and out. Once the plate is fully extended, slowly walk to the top middle of the plate to lower it into the trailer. It is now safe to unload product. Approach the load and inspect for any product that may have fallen or shifted in transit. It's important to look behind the first row to be sure there is nothing leaning that could shift and cause the items in front to topple forward. Start by loosening the load strap and rechecking the items for stability. Once you are confident that the items are not going to shift, finish removing the load bar. Be sure to place it out of the way so that it does not pose a tripping hazard or a falling hazard when unloading the truck. You can see here the associate attaches the load bar to the side of the trailer so that it can be used later when reloading the trailer. Unloading tall items. Caution and care must be used when unloading all items. In this video, we will be watching as a tall item is removed from the trailer. Obtain your dolly and place it close to the product. Inspect the item to ensure there are no hidden pieces on top or products that may fall forward when you move the item. Being careful to always ensure the item is stable and never looking away, position the dolly on the cardboard side of the item. It is always best to handle items from the bottom or back to avoid any unnecessary damage. Lean the item back carefully and grasp the handle. Slowly back the item out of the trailer, watching for tripping hazards behind you as you go. Team lifting while unloading. In order to save our customers money, we work to load our shipping containers to their maximum potential. This means at times we will place larger or heavier items at the top of the load. This is a demonstration on how to safely move these items as a team. With the help of a teammate, begin by taking a firm grasp of the item. Be sure to check and make sure there is nothing stacked on top that may be hidden or fall while moving the item. Begin by sliding the item off the wall, being sure to secure the back of the item while you work on getting a grasp on the other side. Communicate with your teammate when to lift the item. Slowly lower the piece, being sure not to drop it, as this could cause damage to the item. Be sure to keep your back straight and use your legs as you lower. Once the item is safely on the trailer floor, you can obtain a dolly and complete the move. Lowering heavy items without assistance. In this video, we will take a look at how to properly lower a heavy item off of another item without the aid of a teammate. Remember, if you are not comfortable or the item is too heavy, it is always best to ask for help. Approach the item and test the weight. With a firm grasp, move the item until more than half of the box is over the box below. Use the corner of the box below as a lever and press the top box against the lower box while you lower it down. This allows you to slowly lower the box down without taking the full weight of the item. In this example, the arrows of the box were no longer facing up. The associate repositioned it prior to continuing with the unload process. It is imperative that you do not let the box fall to the floor, but control it the entire way down. This will reduce damages and prevent us from giving damaged merchandise to customers. Unloading shifting items. Transportation from the DC to the store and back can cause items to shift. These shifting items can lead to damages and potential injury if not addressed properly. As you can see from this picture, there are between 5 and 6 items that have shifted and are potential falling hazards. Let's watch as the associate deals with some of these items. As you can see, the associate approaches the wall trying to select which package to unload next. You can see from the area she is highlighting that there are potential fall risks. She maneuvers the white box into a more stable location prior to removing the box on top of it. Had she removed the white package first, the top may have shifted and struck her or caused damage to the product. If she would have removed the long box on top first, the same results may have occurred. It's also vital to check for hidden items on top of other packages that could fall as you unload the boxes underneath. It is important to note that you should always be facing the wall as you unload. This will allow you to get out of the way of any shifting or falling packages. Be sure to remain focused on the task at hand and do not be distracted due to the potential for injury from a shifted load. Proper knife usage. At Weekends Only, we use only approved safety knives. The use of any other knife is strictly prohibited. This knife will be issued to you by your manager and is an essential part of your uniform. These knives are specially designed to retract after cutting to prevent accidental cuts and have a blade depth that is set to be slightly thicker than most of the cardboard we use. Let's watch as an associate demonstrates the proper use of the safety knife. To properly use the knife, simply use the tab on the side to extend the blade, place the blade in the cardboard, release the tab, and proceed with your cut. Once the cut is complete, the blade will automatically retract to reduce the risk of accidentally cutting yourself. Remember to always cut away from your body and never hack or slash to make a cut. Always ensure you have a sharp blade that cuts easily. This will reduce the risk of injury to you and damage to the product. Knife safety upholstery. In this video, we will explore how to properly use a knife to safely open upholstery type furniture. Upholstery encompasses a good majority of the products we sell at Weekends Only and includes sofas, love seats, and sectionals. Prior to opening any piece of furniture, ensure the piece is stable. Inspect the piece and plan how you will open the item. It's important to only use the approved Weekends Only safety knife provided to you by your manager and to always cut away from your body. This knife has been specially designed to retract when your cut is complete and not cut so deep that it damages the product. Remember to always cut on the cardboard side when possible. This will ensure that you do not damage the item while making your opening cuts. Start by removing the plastic wrapping and make your